Hmm. 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 Oh. Hmm. Let's see here. Silver Shamrock. Wait. How many subscribers do we have? 5,059. Oh, shit.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Heavy Metallurgy. And we're here. The professor made a claim last year, or maybe it was a little sooner than that, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, that he would sit and we would go through a live reaction of Helloween's Chameleon, which is their, I don't know, I don't have it in front of me. It's an album that some love, some hate, and it just does not maybe hold up in their catalog like most of their albums do. But I don't know what happened to Alan. I think he he bolted. He's
I have nothing left to give to my country.
Yes. Welcome, Professor. It is time.
Yes, it is their 5th album, and let's just get this over with.
Maybe a little context before we get too far into it, but
yes, we'll talk about the album as we get the music going and such. But yes, I promised I would sit through this live stream myself, listening to it when we get to 5,000, and we have. So thank you to all you good people for inflicting this upon me. I think. Marty, it's a long album, so we go ahead and get the audio rolling here. And,
I thought it was only like 40 some minutes, and he reminded me just before we went live that it's actually 71 minutes. So
it's an hour and 11 minutes. So,
everybody strap in. We'll chitter chat along with this, but
buckle up.
Another thing, we don't know how this works. We're not monetized on this, so there shouldn't be any. If there's flags, I don't know if this is going to get shut down because we're using Spotify to do this. I don't know. We're just going to see what happens. If things go in a bad direction, then we'll see what happens. We'll roll with it when it happens.
Yeah, this is a little uncharted. We don't typically play music at all in the background when we're doing metallurgy videos. So fingers crossed that it crashes immediately and saves me.
Yeah, and I've been having internet issues all day too. So if the internet crashes, I'm the one doing the streaming. So
some of it may cut out, some of it may not.
It may. Well, I'll reset and come back as quick as I can. But all right, everybody, we're just going to get this rolling because there's a lot to do here. So here we go. And let us know if the audio is okay, please.
Yeah, if something's way too loud or not, we'll fix it as we can. So first track up here is called, what is it called? Hard Times?
First time.
First time for the first track. So yeah, little background on this album and why we picked this particular thing to suffer through. Yeah, Helloween is one of my favorite bands of all time.
Mine too.
We did our top 10 bands. I think Helloween was like around number 5 all time for me, maybe number 4. It is right there around the top 5 mark. This album, however, is one of my least favorite albums of all time. This is always one of the first things I think of when I go to top 10 albums that suck or biggest disappointments in heavy metal history kind of thing. So that's why it's kind of a special little hell for me. It's a band I love to death, but it's an album that I really dislike. A little quiet, but not a bad thing. Okay, thank you for the heads up.
I just turned it up a notch.
we might turn it up one notch. We want to make sure we can hear each other and that y'all can hear us. Also, maybe the quieter we keep it, the less chance that somebody from EMI comes for our kneecaps. Audio levels are good. Sounding good so far. Metal Band. Thanks. Andy's giving us a thumbs up. Appreciate the feedback, guys. So yeah, again, we haven't done audio before. But so that's kind of the background. This is a great band that we both love. I particularly really love this album. It's, for me, by far the weakest thing in this catalog. They've done a lot of studio albums, and this one, the gap between this one and the next worst one is noticeable. So it's way down there for me. But first song here starts out. You do have Michael Kiske singing. That's a positive. He's arguably my favorite vocalist. There's some that might be on his level. I don't know if there's anybody I'd move over him. Yeah. And this song's at least, got a little bit of momentum. It's a little upbeat. So it's moving along okay. It's not on par with a lot of their other album openers like Save Us or Starlight. But so far we're okay. We can live with this song. But Marty, what's some of the background on Chameleon itself? This album has a pretty tumultuous history, whether you like the album or not.
The band basically went through a very long, drawn-out legal battle with Noise Records, trying to get out of their contract that was swayed way more favorably towards Noise Records, of course, and it threw them in a kind of a long period of inactivity. There was some egos in the band swelling up, and members of the band have said that this Chameleon is like 3 members' solo albums all kind of put together. They were all kind of in their corners writing frantically, or not so frantically, for all the time that was put into the court case. And when they came together, the egos got in the way, and the collaboration was kind of dead. So they all just kind of crammed it all together. And then there's like interviews online, like a Japanese press tour that Kiske and Roland Grapau went on, and Kiske was really trying to sell this record as different. We're not confined by metal and blah 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 blah, and we do what we want, and if people don't understand it, well, screw them, type of thing. And so obviously he probably knew in the back of his mind that this was going to be a hard sell, and he was tired of fighting and explaining himself, trying to be creative, but
yeah, big summary on the album. So let's see, Tyler, that's a fair question. Is it just a horrible Helloween album or a horrible album overall? I'll keep that in mind as I listen tonight. It's certainly a horrible Helloween album. And again, the fact that I like the band so much definitely makes me just all the more sour on it. If you took just some other band name and put it out there and said, hey, this is the debut from some European rock band, would I hate it so much? I'll think about that as we go tonight. I'm honestly not sure. Someone mentioned the album cover looks like something from Genesis. Yeah, except that's kind of an insult to Genesis. The cover is very bad and designed by Michael Kiske. So, Michael, good you stayed behind the microphone, because I don't think art school is going to pan out for you if this is your idea of good cover art. But like Marty said, they were trying to really go into more of a non-metal direction. They were looking to be the big breakout rock stars, not the heavy metal heroes anymore. And that was the kind of the thing that landed them in trouble in the first place with the lawsuits and stuff. All right, so we got through one song.
It's not a bad song. It really isn't a bad song.
That song is okay. Yeah, that's it's not going on the greatest hits of the Helloween or anything, but it's a listenable song.
This next one, When the Sinner, I think was the video, the single, wasn't it?
I do not know. I have never spent much time looking for Chameleon footage of any type.
Let me look.
Got a little bit of a Backstreet Boys thing going on here with the beats and the big echoey vocals. Don't know about that. But yeah, the band had, been identified as maybe the next big thing in metal when Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 started blowing up. A lot of people at the time, not just fans, but management, label types, they were kind of seeing Helloween as perhaps the next Iron Maiden. That, here was a band that, had the chops of Iron Maiden, but they were younger. They had a killer vocalist who was young and pretty good looking. They were faster, and a bit faster and heavier than Iron Maiden were at that point, but still had had achieved some really impressive sales. Keeper 7-1. So yeah, that meant other managements and stuff started sniffing around, and that started to lead to friction in the band. It was actually Iron Maiden's Sanctuary management, I believe that it was one of the big ones that started kind of trying to work some of the band members behind the scenes a bit. And you ended up with band members disagreeing on like whose advice they should follow, who they should hire to represent them. So yeah, it really did set up one of those kind of toxic environments in the lineup. Along the way, of course, lost Kai Hansen. This song is pretty different. If you want to make sure I'm not completely trying to tune out the music.
Yeah, this was the first single that they released for the album.
Okay.
Before the album came out, this came out.
Yeah,
and then it was the second single was "I Don't Want to Cry No More."
Yeah, worse. We'll get to that one, but yeah, this one's a little too sappy, happy, bouncy. Yeah, you can tell here again. Some of the band members, Kiske himself, wanted to be more like a pop rock kind of star at this point. So they figured that's where they were heading. Kai Hansen had left the band well before this point. Just kind of burned out and dealing with some of the other egos and personalities in the band. So he spread his wings and went off to do Gamma Ray. And when Helloween really decided they were going to start trying to follow a different management path, follow the money, go with the big players, they ran into a real problem with Noise Records. Walter Bach, the label owner, he had set the contract up very carefully with Helloween. He identified them early on as the best band on his label. With the best being like the most likely to break big. And he had taken some steps, the way their contract, not just in writing the contract, but with things like where publishing rights were done. He was careful to make sure they were done through the German offices, not through the UK offices. That kind of thing made a huge difference when, again, other people were wanting to get Helloween out of their contract and onto another label. The fact that Walter Bach had done all the paperwork in German kept it all in the German court system, which favored him heavily. And the bottom line was, the contract was airtight. You could keep the band from playing, recording, or doing anything while there was a dispute going on, and it really killed momentum for the band. You had the two Keepers albums have done great, and then there's this multiple-year hiatus where they literally weren't even allowed to play. Just kind of sat spinning their wheels with all this tension in the politics and the business negotiations building up and really kind of spoiling the magic that they had. So yeah, this song's going nowhere. If this was just some random, Backstreet Boys, wannabe rock pop band playing it, I probably wouldn't even notice that it existed, so it's hard for me to say if it would be good or not. But we're just kind of jamming out here with a funky-ish, getting our groove on a tad. Yeah. But yeah, so that's, and that was just all the lead up in getting them finally off of Noise and shifted over to EMI. It cost the label a fortune, when they finally did settle with Walter Bach. And you had, of course, Pink Bubbles Go 8 finally came out. And that album still has some good stuff on it. I don't think that album's aged well. I think you like it more than I do.
I like it. About 3/4 of it's okay. There's some crap on it though.
Yeah, I'd say
starts strong, ends kind of weak.
It's one of those albums. I got it back in the day as an expensive import. I was all excited to hear it. So I played the crap out of it and really tried to. I think I tried to convince myself it was okay. coming back to it, over the years, there's a handful of songs that I like, but a lot of it is just, it's such a big step down for the band. And you can tell that, again, they had just kind of lost the formula in those years of, animosity to one another and dealing with lawyers and all that stuff. It cost me. But even that, it was passable. Then they came with this album. And as we're hearing on this song, they're really, this is not a metal song at all. It's not like it's just a ballad or something. This is just flat out, pop rock kind of music. What that reminds you of Aerosmith, Eurosmith, okay.
Eurosmith.
Maybe. Aerosmith's a band I'm not well versed in because I've never gotten into them. I know a lot of folks dig them, and that's fine, but Aerosmith's just never been the band for me. Oh, is that a saxophone? Okay,
Pan flute. No, it's a sax, yeah.
Minus another 5 points right there, because we all know where saxophones belong.
Everybody's told you to stop talking and face the music. Let him live in his loophole, everyone.
I'm paying enough attention. The Kenny G, cameo there, not lost on me.
This was the second single for the album.
Yeah, I bought this as a CD single import too when it came out. I didn't know what I was in for. I Don't Want to Cry No More, track 3. 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Having flashbacks on Mr. Big. Oh. I'm the one who wants to be with you. It does actually sound like Mr. Big. Yeah, Tyler. Once it's their band, you got to move on. Oh, really wrenching that extra little tear jerk out there at the end of the chorus too.
Hello, Joe.
Rick Rose has its thorn. It's getting into that territory, Aaron. It's getting into that territory. James, you're correct. This doesn't rock. Not at all. Okay, Michael Hudson, yes. That is a redeeming quality. I mean, Michael Kiske can sing this kind of song. I don't necessarily want to hear him sing this kind of song, but it's not like he's butchering it or can't do it or anything. So, that's fair. The man can sound good singing almost anything. Simon, you're probably having way too much fun with this at my expense.
We were listening to this in the car a week or two ago, and my son's a big Helloween fan too, and he's like, I love his voice, but this music's weird, Dad. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Fair assessment. He doesn't have the journalistic vocabulary yet to suss it out, but he nailed it pretty much.
Kids are smart. They know when something's wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Kiske could sing over a symphony of farts and make it sound awesome. So I mean, it's great.
What year is this sound? This is 1993. Came out in May of '93. So that's actually. I'm glad you brought that question of you up. That's probably just another one of those reasons this album ends up bogging down so bad for me. '93, was a lot of disappointments from big name heavy metal bands around that point. That's in the U.S. That's when you saw metal was really just going to go down this Biohazard, Pantera kind of pathway, and very few bands delivered a solid album right here. Overkill, really dropped the ball with I Hear Black, for example. One that was decent that year, Savage's Edge of Thorns, was okay. It wasn't great, but it didn't stink the place up. Well, a lot of people didn't like it. But it wasn't that bad. But you have Helloween doing this stuff. You just had both Metallica and Megadeth stray off into commercial success territory. You had just suffered Testament doing The Ritual, which is not a bad album, but it's very boring and long. It's a very safe album for Testament. You had Death Angel do Act 3, which is also a very safe sounding thrash album in a lot of ways. So yeah, the fact that it was just the hits just kind of kept coming. Those of us that loved all these bands in the late 80s, earliest 90s, and we're just sitting there watching the dominoes fall, and you'd hope like maybe the Overkill album's going to be great. Maybe the Helloween album's going to be great. Nope. You're just clamoring for a lifeline.
I will say
the song is still good.
Yeah. I will say though, one high point of the song was a solo that happened a while ago. That was a great solo. All Roland and Vikey were a great team, really were.
And there's a good one from '93. Yep, Merciful Fates did a very solid comeback within the Shadows. Good call, Metal Ben.
Crazy Cat is next.
Crazy Cat. I don't remember this one at all. The title has me a bit concerned. Oh, good, a brass section.
Big band.
It ain't got a thing if it ain't got that swing. I don't think it's got a thing. Damn, what the fuck? This blows. Only 8 more songs to go. Oh, fuck. Broadway? Pumpkins the musical? You need some dancing pumpkins, like pretending to kung fu fight or something? What the fuck is happening here? Let's check the lyrics on this thing. Addicted to chicks, he's got a real tree near the middle beach, near the nudist beach. Oh, watch out, booze and ladies are his fate. Too much sex and food and rock and roll. Who wrote this? This is the band that wrote I Want Out and Save Us, and We Will Fly Free.
Logan asked earlier on, who are they writing this album for? And I said it certainly wasn't their fans.
That's a good question, Logan. I mean, and that was a problem a lot of bands had around this time. They felt compelled to write something different without a good sense of who they were writing it for. What kind of audience were they hoping to attract? I mean, if they thought they were going to keep, a diehard metal audience, they were fooling themselves. This isn't something that was going to appeal to like the next generation of grunge kids whatsoever. So yeah, who were they writing it for?
Shredder solo in the middle of a big band tune.
And we should point out too that I think Nordy spoke to this earlier. The members were very much in their own camps in the writing process for this album. It was just like they all kind of came in with their own songs and their own ideas, and it's just like, I guess you can only assume the idea was like, okay, I'll play your song if you play mine. Sure, there's the compromise. It's not like they were working together on many of these numbers. Michael, that's a very glass half full approach of you. I salute you for keeping a stiff upper lip there.
And really, maybe this album
fun sound effects at the end too.
This album needed to come out because what came out after this was probably one of the biggest comebacks ever. I mean, they completely swapped to another singer and wrote a really awesome Helloween record. And it stayed in the charts. It got them awards and accolades. And
yeah, Master of the Rings kind of got them back on the map.
Yep.
A bit, to a degree. All right, so yeah, Crazy Cat, man.
This is Giants.
Okay, I remember this one being passable, maybe. We'll see if I'm just being glass half full now. I seem to remember Giants being an okay song. It's over. It's 6.5 minutes, so it's going to take its time to its song. It's the best thing we've heard since the opener so far. Just getting through the intro. Yeah, good point, Simon. Yeah, it has something going for it there. Yeah, Baloney, you noticed that lyric too. Frosty, yeah, I'd say. Again, it's certainly not got much punch to it, but it's not lame either.
Yeah, it's Vikings. There's a little bit of heaviness to it as Vikings. You could tell the weird, crazy shit, the big band stuff is probably Kiska. I don't have it in front of me, but I could probably look.
It could have been Waikiki, though. I mean, he wrote some weird ones, too. He did a lot of the goofy ones. I don't, I might be able to look up the songwriting credits over here, maybe.
I'll go grab the CD. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, good call. I don't have the CD, because I can't do that to myself. I almost bought it a few years ago just to have it on the shelf. It was like, somebody had it on a distro for like $5. I'm glad I kept those $5. I'm happy with that decision. But yeah, this song's okay. It's not amazing, but it is okay. Yeah, so this one isn't horrible. By the standards of this album, it would get a thumbs up.
And Kiska's singing his ass off on this one, hitting a lot of really good high notes on here.
Yeah, you can tell that. Yeah, this one got a little more going for it. If we're going to keep score, and I'll try to be fair, we'll give the first track a thumbs up, but I'm giving the next 3 thumbs down.
Crazy Cat was written by Roland Grappow.
Grappow track. Grappow.
Giants is Lyceth.
Okay.
The next one, Windmill, is also Lyceth.
Okay.
This isn't a bad song. I don't hate this. This is good.
It was okay. Yeah. I'm not, dropping my shit over it, but this is okay. Yeah, Tyler will try to keep an eye on that and see what's up. Mike Pope, hello. Good to see you.
What's up, Mike?
Yep, yeah. Yeah, it was a good example when I did a video several months ago talking about, why I'm not completist on certain things. It's just like, even if I got this for just a couple of bucks, I'm never going to play it. It's just going to take up space on my shelf.
I bought it.
You're a different kind of sick little monkey than I am.
Now that I found out that there's a 2 CD version of it, I'm going to hunt that down and buy that as well. Just because. I have to have it all.
Godspeed you, Black Emperor. What can I say?
Yeah. Solos always rip.
They're talented musicians. We know that. Yeah. No one's questioning that they can play. I mean, that's part of it too. They are good musicians, and we know from past experience they can be extremely good songwriters. Which again, just kind of sticks the knife in all the deeper when they're, slopping around with stuff like Crazy Cat. Like, what you doing? You can do better than that. You can't pretend you can't. Eric's going for the 49ers on the Super Bowl. I don't really have a strong opinion on this Super Bowl. I don't keep up with the NFL nearly as much as I used to. So this is one of those years where I feel like, I'm okay with either team winning it. Not very fun, I know, but yeah, this song's got a thumbs up. I'm not giving it horns, but I'll give it a thumb.
I like the first song too, and I also like that When the Sinner, even though it's weird and goofy and has horns in it, it's different. I kind of like it.
All right, Marty, you just want to take that one too. I'm passing on that one.
Don't Want to Cry No More, I Can Live Without. Crazy Cat sucks. That's not a good song.
After 5 songs, my score is 2 to 3 in terms of good, okay songs versus not okay songs. I mean, coming up on track 6, which is a halfway point. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. I mean, lots of folks can tell a musician it doesn't mean everything you write is something you want to hear, though.
God, Kiska's killing it, man. He sounds so good. Say what you want. He's good at what he does.
We're not taking anything away from Michael on this album. Yep. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, even then, Michael, a full album of just that, would probably get kind of boring over the course of the album. But I mean, it would certainly be better than what we've got. It would still kind of beg that question of who the intended audience was if you made an entire album like that.
So this is Windmill. This is a Michael Weiketh song.
Okay.
He's written a lot on this record, to be honest. Him and...
Yeah. I mean, with Kai out of the band, Weiketh definitely kind of stepped into the... he wanted to be kind of in the leadership role, and he got his way once Kai was gone. All right, so we got a piano ballad starting out here.
Every rose has its thorn, like every night has its dawn.
You got like a good kind of little country twang going to that there, Marty. Get you a cowboy hat today.
Damn right.
You might go somewhere with that.
Give me some slickers, a David Vincent hat. Oh, okay. I remember this one.
Yeah.
Chorus.
Wait, wrong one. Oof. I think I missed that one. This one's getting kind of sugary. My tooth's starting to hurt a little bit. Too many sweets. Marty, are you looking to take up a position behind the mic?
I'll waddle on down there and show you how it's done, Tony. Won't be a dry panty in the honky tonk.
Because they all piss themselves with fear.
They all piss themselves, exactly.
This one's getting kind of lullaby-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay with the ballad here and there.
This is...
But this one's getting...
This is a little... This is Disney ballad.
Yeah. I mean, not saying it's Disney, but the official music video did feature Ariel and a dancing crab, so... A little more making humor there.
This is the same band that wrote Eagle Fly Free, yes. And the same guy that wrote Eagle Fly Free wrote this song. Just saying.
Again, Weiketh's a weird songwriter. He could... he did a lot of different styles. He would try things. Glass half full, he would try some different things, different songs.
And you're right, Kiska is a huge Elvis fanatic. He loves Elvis.
Everybody should love Elvis.
And Queen has always been a part of Helloween. I mean, listen to even Gamma Ray. They're like Man on a Mission. The breakdown of that sounds like a Queen song. I mean, Queen is where these guys come from,
Yes, James. I hated that movie too, The Never-Ending Story, because it just never ends and never went anywhere. I never got that movie as a kid. It's just like, oh god, not this one again. Kid rides on a giant flying dog of a thing and yells. That's not worth 2 hours of my life. Yeah, everybody loves Elvis.
And really, if this is your first interaction with Helloween, this isn't fair. Don't judge this band on this album because there's never been another album like this before it or after it. So this is an anomaly in what is a very long and largely very awesome catalog.
Yeah, as I said before, I mean, this is their worst. Their second worst is still multiple steps higher than this. So this one lives in the basement cellar all by itself.
You see this?
No.
Local friend of mine just texted, dude, what the actual fuck is going on Heavy Metallurgy? Just went to the channel.
For those tuning in late, yes. I promised, early last year, I suppose, that when we got to 5,000 subscribers, I would subject myself to a live stream of listening to Chameleon all the way through, because I loathe this album. It's one of my least favorites of all time. So, in a way, y'all have kind of done this to yourselves. By subscribing, you have forced this to be, put before you. So really, you've got no one to blame but yourself. It's still going, too. I thought it was wrapping up a moment ago.
Well, you're not going to be surprised on this one.
Son of a... Wait, this is the Windmill song still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just over 5 minutes.
All right, next is Revolution Now. You would think, this one is coming up as 8 minutes and 4 seconds long. And this is
the title's got some promise, but at 8 minutes, I'm a little worried.
Let's
see. Okay, we're halfway through. 6 down, 6 to go. Marty, I'm scared.
Little Misty Mountain Hop, Led Zeppelin here, maybe? No, maybe not that. I hate Led Zeppelin, so that's a bad reference.
Sorry. Simon, that would have been funny if the timing had worked out.
Mark, this album was, I think, largely avoided, because I don't think it was really even released in the U.S.
No, they didn't have U.S. distribution at the time.
It was
and it was
incredibly expensive to get it in the U.S.
Yep. But no, it flopped. It flopped hard. I don't know what they were expecting it to do, but it did even less.
Will we get a strike from playing this? I don't know. We're not monetized. We didn't monetize this one, so if we do, it will not be a copyright strike. I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah. Even if we do, we've never gotten a copyright strike on a Metallurgy video. You're allowed X number of them for 6 months or 4 month period.
I think it's 3, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like as long as you don't get the third one within a 4-month window, you're okay. So even if this one does, if we get the little red X thing, say, okay, lesson learned, we'll be very careful about that, but it's not going to end the channel or anything. These next 6 songs may end the channel because I may have to officially retire.
How can I hate Led Zeppelin? Man, I like a handful of songs. That's it. Northern Michigan radio kind of killed that band for me. And I don't know. When I finally got old enough to listen to the records, they were underwhelming to me. Personal preference,
Let's go to some lyrics here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm listening to. I was born when April guaranteed a sexual renaissance. And today we're all faced with death, rubbers, and AIDS. In 68, some people went out to fight for freedom. They would never, ever have thought that their children wear ties.
I agree, Luca. It isn't all bad. There's some good stuff on here. And even the bad stuff is still good. It's talented. It just isn't what you want out of a Helloween record, right?
No, it's really not. I'm still pondering these lyrics. I was born when April guaranteed a sexual renaissance. And today we're all faced with death, rubber, and AIDS. I mean, this does have a little bit of a wannabe groovy '70s rock sound to it. You're 20 years after the fact from Led Zeppelin's heyday. Well, Led Zeppelin was not really a going concern in the early '90s.
There's some really, 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 really good songs on Pink Bubbles though. Back on the Streets, Change,
The Chance. Yep, right. Kids of the Century's okay.
Kids of the Century's a great song. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a Kiska song.
Yep. Pink Bubbles is much better. Yeah, Pink Bubbles is the next worst one.
Yeah.
This is at the bottom. Pink Bubbles is next to worst. But yeah, it's at least got a handful of songs I would put like on a Helloween playlist or mixtape. I've heard nothing on this album I'd want to put on my heavy metal playlist.
Tim says it's got to be better than Witchcraft's black metal.
Tim always looking for that silver lining in the black metal Witchcraft cloud. Now, actually, Tim, I think I can come up with a counter argument to that. The Witchcraft album might be better than this because this album is 71 minutes and the Witchcraft album is like 23 or something. So it's over like in a third of the time. You suffer for a much shorter period to get through it.
This would have been a solid 5 out of 10 if it were a Jesus metal album.
I mean, this is just a very bland rock song. This style of rock wasn't popular in the early 90s.
This song meanders and it's 8 minutes long. It's meandering.
You can do a lot of meandering in 8 minutes too.
Yeah.
How far into it are we, Marty?
What's that?
How far into the song are we?
Almost 3/4. We're about 5 minutes in.
This song has 3 more minutes.
It's better than Death Heaven.
I don't know, that second Death Heaven that y'all did on the album club a while back wasn't too bad. I mean, I didn't run out and buy it the next day, but it wasn't awful. Better than the first Blood Good. I haven't heard Blood Good in forever, so I'll reserve judgment. There's a...
It's Helloween.
This is pure Pearl Jam territory. You think so, Andy? Pearl Jam was a band I never got into, so
you know what?
I can say I don't like them, but I can't necessarily say if it's close or not.
This is a Pearl Jam vibe. You're completely right. Good call. I mean, granted, Pearl Jam came what? No, maybe not.
Pearl Jam was 91, was their breakout year for 10.
Yeah.
Because they came out right there with Nevermind and the Black Album. And those 3 albums all came out within a few months. It's like, war, pestilence, and famine. They were just missing one writer that particular fall. And they had the whole set. Nah, that's not really true. The Nevermind album I don't really mind. Aha! See what I did there?
Good solo.
Someone laughing in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just thought they were laughing or like some kind of like chittering chipmunk sound. Which is a possibility. You could rule it out. Robert, 7 star. Oh, that's a great album. I love that album. It's a little unfair calling it a Black Sabbath album, but that is what's technically on the title. But no, I love 7 Star. It's fantastic. Lots of fun. I get why a lot of Black Sabbath fans don't like it. It does sound out of place, but it still has good. Those are good 80s hard rock songs. What we're listening to right now is like really bad wannabe hard rock songs. Yeah, it just keeps going. This is 8 minutes of our life. In 8 minutes, I could have gone and gotten another beer and squashed out a really good poop. Now I have to find 8 different minutes later on to use for those things.
There's a 9-minute one coming up here in a bit.
Oh.
All right. Well, this next song, "In the Night," was written by Michael Kiska. Acoustic solo, Roland Grappow. Rhythm guitar, Michael Kiska.
All right, 8 minutes, Kiska track. We got an acoustic solo coming up. In the night. In the night I'm calling you. Be my guide. Help me through. In the night I call your name. You're the light in times of shame. The songs I sing, all my love I bring for you. Whew.
Yeah, they're a little Jesus-y at times.
That's more like Richard Marxy. Well, hey, baby, tell me what's your name. About the way you look and by the way you dress, I can tell you ain't got no shame. Shame's even in the lyrics. They're ripping off Trickster. Oh. I just sang an entire verse of Trickster. What happened?
You mean Trickster?
I mean, like, give it to me good, Trickster. I just sang an entire verse of Trickster. Where the hell did that dredge up from in my subconscious? Wow. You know, I've heard of people under great duress, sometimes speaking in strange tongues. I think I just experienced that. How do I know that many Trickster lyrics? I just lost like half my True Metal Street Cred points.
1,000 Maniac vibes. Oh my God, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, this is not good.
You're not wrong, man. Aaron, careful. You're having an effect on Sunday there. Let's not trigger anything with it, please.
Who put the Indigo Girls song on here?
Oh yeah, no, Aaron knows and loves his Jesus metal, and there are plenty of good Christian metal bands, no problems there at all. But he's not wrong that this one definitely could be performed at a Campus Crusade for Christ event. I wonder if Campus Crusade for Christ is still around. Probably. I never see anything advertised by them on campus, but who knows? This really does sound a bit like Trickster. Which by this point, Trickster was probably selling more albums than Helloween. Oh no, by 93, Trickster was probably on the Here album. That one did not go over well. Why do I know so much about Trickster?
Yeah, why? I'm wondering.
Dude, I'm at a loss. Do we now have like dueling solo acoustic guitars there?
Ugh.
I don't know. I think that's an insult to Skid Row. Skid Row was heavier than Helloween by this point. Slave to the Grind. There is a little bit of a stomp to that album.
Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, even Frosty's not going to try to come up with anything good for this one. Well, there are 58 of you helping us through this, and we do appreciate it. We'll hope.
Cheers, everyone.
Hope you're having fun with it, and to everyone who has subscribed, we do really appreciate it.
Y'all are great.
We have a lot of fun with the channel and doing the shows, and but y'all are a big part of that. Not just for this show, but for all of it. It would be kind of boring if nobody contributed in the chat. Yep. If the chat was constantly a pain in the ass, to deal with, and it never is, which is awesome. Ooh, I ate way too much Mexican food tonight.
Oh, Mexican food! Don't even. I want some.
Oh, so we have a great Mexican restaurant, literally like right across the street. You can't quite walk to it, but it's so good.
Oh God, this is so bad.
This is where you really just want to hit that skip button, but we're not going to.
Boy, people are like, in the interviews, like, oh, how come you didn't contribute any songs, Kiska, to the new Helloween? I'm like, shut up! Don't give him any ideas. Yeah, he's written some good stuff. Listen to this
on the
album.
writing A. This is why they don't let him do the artwork for the album designs either.
Well, they need to club a couple of their artists like a Baby Seal, looking back on their art history.
It's so weird that they went through. They had such a long string of such bad album covers. Really, there's like with that many albums, you'd think at least one of them along the line would have just been good by random happenstance.
You know what? Yesterday it was black metal. Now we get this. Hey, it's heavy metallurgy. It isn't just black metallurgy. We're fans of all walks of heavy metal, and I think y'all are in the chat as well. So we try to appeal to everybody because we also have very diverse, varying.
Are we on to track 9 now?
Oh yeah, sorry. We are on to music. This one is written by.
It's 7 minutes.
Roland Grappow.
Oh no, he wrote that cat thing earlier, didn't he? It's called Music. When you have a song called Music, you're not trying. You're just not. And I say this, Witchfinder General had a song called Music, and it's the weakest song in their catalog. You can't name a song Music. I'm writing music. What's it going to be called? Music. Come on. All right, so we got kind of a slow, quiet, moody thing going on here right now.
Actually, if I remember right, the chorus on this is good.
Wade, this was a 1993 album. Aaron, you hold that one against. Yeah, I had the colored vinyl single for Music. I got it.
This isn't a bad song.
We'll see where it goes. Give it a chance to go somewhere. It's got 7 minutes. It's got to go somewhere.
'90s Queensryche again, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good call for this one so far.
But yeah, getting back to what I was rambling on about there. Yeah, we're definitely diverse musical tastes, and we've tried to bring people in for our freelance reviewers that have different tastes and stuff that we do. So, trying to give you a well-rounded experience here, folks.
Oops, I heard some horns there.
This isn't a bad song, though.
It's so far, it's find out what some lyrics. What are we singing here? Music is like a sunrise for me. It's joyful like a trip in a time machine. Music is like a sunrise for me. It's like coming home. I was always insecure. Sometimes I still am.
You should do a little karaoke along with old Kiska there.
So, now, okay, now to be fair, so far this song's alright. Again, it's a bit dull. Hey, Dan! Dan, you showed up on the wrong night. Great to see you in the chat. I'm so sorry. This is the, for reaching 5,000 subscribers, I promised them I would live stream myself reacting to Helloween's Chameleon, one of my least favorite metal albums ever recorded. So, cheers and hails to Sweden. Please don't unsubscribe.
Suddenly, we're under 5,000. You have to listen to it again when we hit 5,000.
No, this was not in the contract.
Ooh, look.
This deal keeps getting worse all the time.
Every time we hit 5,000, Helen's got to listen to this again.
Marty is altering the deal. Hopefully he doesn't alter it further.
Further, yeah. Exactly. We give you a chance to get in touch with your feminine side. Absolutely.
Why? Because I'm being bent over and...
Wait, I don't dislike this song here. I think this is a good song. It's a little wandering, but the peaks of it are a good payoff.
It's better than what we've had for the past few tracks. It's a little on the slow sluggish side, but not bad. I'm going to have to see if it wears out its welcome by the time it gets to the 7-minute mark, though.
Alan's a trooper for doing this, though, so in solidarity, I'm sticking. Hey, I listened to this album twice last year on my own, so this isn't too bad for me.
Review your choices, Marty.
At 10,000, you'll listen to disc 2.
No. I did listen to this album sometime about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know exactly when, but I did, just pull it up on YouTube one day and just be like, I crap on the album a lot, but it had been ages since I heard it, so I'm like, to be fair, let's give it a spin. Make sure I'm not revising my thoughts on it.
So this is how you choose to celebrate? Yeah, this is a weird celebration, but
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if maybe this doesn't happen in Sweden, Dan, but a lot of American channels on YouTube will set up those kind of to encourage people to subscribe or like or whatever. They'll offer to do stupid things. And so that was kind of my if we get to like 100,000 views this month, we'll all eat jalapeno ghost peppers live on camera next to the following week or stuff like that. So this is Marty and I's equivalent of eating the jalapeno ghost pepper chip live on camera. I'm crying probably less if I've eaten the pepper.
So what shitty album would you have to be forced to listen to? Huh?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, Marty. What would you have to suffer through if this had been you? What would we make you listen to?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know. That's a good question. My swath of things I enjoy has really grown the older I've gotten. So,
all right. That song was okay.
It had its good peaks and valleys, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a little too long, a little slow, but I'll be generous and give it if we're keeping score, I'll give it the okay. That means we're at 3 okay songs and 6 not okay songs. Going into track 10.
This is Step Out of Hell.
Step Out of Hell.
Words, music. Another Roland Grappow song.
Yeah, that makes me nervous. But
this sounds like a Footloose or an 80s movie.
Yeah, we're definitely starting off in 80s soundtrack territory.
Never give up, you gotta stay strong. Don't look back, fight those in front of you.
You gotta be free and do your own thing.
Get in an airplane and blow people up. Some Top Gun shit. Is this Highway to the Danger Zone like the demo version? This is bad.
Yeah.
This is kind of AOR-ish.
Yeah. It's not catchy enough to be like, it's not going full AOR. It doesn't have, a good enough hook here in the chorus.
Theme song for Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah, just once again, who's supposed to like this song? Kenny Loggins. Yeah, Kenny Loggins could shit all over this tune.
Robert, I love Music for the Elder. That's one of my favorite Kiss albums, to be honest.
Oh.
I'm not kidding either. I'm not kidding.
Why did I order the side of beans? Because they're good, that's why. Yeah, but see, it's like it wants to, Simon, but it's not got quite enough. It needs a little more. It's got to have something you can pump your fist to at least a couple of times. And this one, you can't even pump yourself off to this one, much less pump yourself up. You know, it's a very toothless album. Even the good songs, the ones that were given the thumbs up, they're pretty mid-paced to almost slow songs. It was really, so far, Simon's prediction was right. Yeah, that the opening track was the one that has sucked the least in terms of being a little bit up tempo.
This is a soundtrack for a movie that Simon would love.
Oh, it's funny 'cause it's true. Yeah, exactly. The music's just not heavy enough. It's just slightly heavier to be something.
Somebody he wants me to listen to a baby metal CD for 10,000. Huh.
Dan, no, we won't.
For as long as it took to get to 5,000, I might be dead by the time 10,000 rolls around. I got more behind me than I do in front of me. Let's be honest.
Maybe we'll do something for you at 6,000. It's important to have goals.
Yeah. Although subs have been going a little quicker. I don't know if it's like the 5,000 milestone unlocks some sort of thing. I don't know, but we've been getting a lot of subs lately.
Nobody wanted to be the one to put us at 5,000, and once it happened, now everyone's like, oh, okay, might as well subscribe.
Yeah.
People were trying to avoid this just like I was. Oh, Grandpa. Yeah. You contributed things to this album. Wish you hadn't.
This is the same guy that wrote the
cat song,
the awesome Master Plan first two albums.
Guess he got it out of the system.
And a lot of killer stuff on Better Than Raw. I mean, he wrote some great.
Oh yeah.
He was a good addition to Helloween. He really was.
And we're on to track 11 here.
Oh yep, this is I believe
9 minutes and 11 seconds, boys and girls.
Written by Michael Kiska.
That's been dicey tonight.
A little heavier. Yeah, this is 9 minutes 11 seconds. Holy crap. I don't even know who Poppy is.
There's at least a modicum of heaviness here. Don't do that to yourself, North. Don't do it.
This is one of the best songs on the album. Right on.
So far, it's been okay. We got 8.5 minutes to go, though. It's almost just like rock Helloween, though. I don't even know if you get the hard in front of it.
Yeah. It is, Ben. I was listening to that the other day. What a great record.
And Eric, yeah, I mean, Jeff Tate and Michael Kiska, there's some similarities there in terms of, talent and ability and approach. But definitely, yeah. Tate's one of the few guys, in his prime that I would put, on the same level as Kiska as opposed to in heavy metal.
Kiska come with the riffs.
I mean, this may be the first thing since the opener we've heard that actually you could describe as kind of heavy. Mm-hmm. And that was an hour ago. and literally an hour ago. I'm not being paper blind.
Everybody agrees. Major Jeff Tate vibes, and they did hire Kiska because they wanted someone more like Jeff Tate.
Actually, yeah, they wanted to be able to expand. Have someone do that. Kind of handsome, I like him as a vocalist, but yeah, he could never do this kind of material. Convincingly, it wouldn't have worked.
I agree with you, Sunday morning sessions. This is a good song.
This one's doing okay. It's just at 9 minutes, I'm wondering, am I still going to feel it? In 5 minutes from now, we'll be like, hey, this was a good song. Or we'll be like, oh God, okay, it's finally done.
71 of you joining us tonight so far. Thank you so much. Again, thank you to everybody that's subscribed and been with us for the last few years. We've had a great fucking time. So much fun. I look forward to these every week. The Wednesday streams, the Friday streams. hanging out with all these guys and talking about music and all you people in the chat. You make it a lot of fun for us.
We're coming up on our 3rd anniversary pretty soon, Marty. We should come up with something fun and festive for that.
We should.
It's in early April, I think.
Really? Okay.
So we got a couple of months to plan.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. This is an interesting comment from Rick. What do people think of Promised Land by Queensryche? That's an album that can be pretty divisive.
I own it, but I haven't listened to it enough to really have a vibe for it. You know, I got it in a used bin last year or 2 years ago.
It's one I come back to from time to time. I keep trying to like it, and it has never really cleared the bar. Kind of like this album. It feels, very toothless, kind of slow, kind of boring a lot of the time. But every now and then, there'll be hints of, greatness peeking through on it. But I've never quite gotten there with Promised Land.
Aaron, you have to consider, I started this channel before we became Heavy Metallurgy, so it's been a bunch of years to get to 5,000. I mean, obviously Heavy Metallurgy's gotten us more exposure, so than me just prattling on about records I bought.
Paul,
Love those background vocals.
Paul, I thought that's what we were doing right now.
Awesome. Don't take yourself so seriously, and also don't get stuck in... It's easy to get stuck in, negativity when it comes to music. It's a big part of, death metal and black metal for sure. It's okay to listen to things that are happy sometimes. My whole power metal resurgence, it's been a very welcomed addition to my life, when a part where I needed to have a pick-me-up as opposed to, dissonant, evil thoughts all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got to break it up or you're going to burn out. You just got to have a lot of different... There's so much to offer in metal. You can go to anything and... It's all right. It's all good. We're not here to impress anyone. No one is here looking over your shoulder what you're listening to. Listen to what you want and enjoy it. And don't be ashamed of it either. That's another thing. I love putting shit out there that people hate, and I get shit all the time. And it's fun. It's funny. I don't care.
Now, here the song's dragging a bit. This doesn't really need to be here.
No, this part could have been cut.
This bridge could be cut, yeah. Following up on some of these Queensryche comments, Promised Land flat, I thought someone just said was a good description for Promised Land. I'd agree. Empire, I agree. Empire is almost exactly half good and half throwaway.
Is Empire the one with Jet City Woman on it?
Yes.
I love that song. God, what a great fucking song.
That album has several good songs. Jet City Woman, Another Rainy Night, Empire.
Yeah.
I don't mind the opener.
Is Silent Lucidity on that one?
Best I Can. Silent Lucidity has been played too often, but it is a good song.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a solid 5 songs there without even having to think about it much. I can't even name the songs on the other half of the album, so I'd agree. About half good on Empire. And that was kind of the thing with Queensryche. It kind of slowly went downhill from those first 4 albums or so were all great. Then Empire's half and half. Then Promised Land's a step down from that. Then Here in the New Frontier, I really don't care about it. So they just kind of, and again, they were drifting out of heavy metal style totally. Someone mentioned a Riot ranking. Marty's got a lot of Riot to listen to before we can do a Riot ranking.
I don't know. I might not be the one for that one. I'll do my best.
Yeah. Sue Knowles would be great for that. She'd be a great guest to bring on to Riot if we want to try that sometime.
Right on, Robert. Thanks for joining us. I don't know who it was. Ben, yeah. Todd, the few Todd Latour albums I heard by Queensryche were good. He's a good singer. He's a good replacement.
I don't think I've heard any of their material.
They're not bad.
So I haven't avoided them. I just haven't picked them up. I found one of them in a used bin maybe a month or two ago. I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. They want $15 for it. I'm like, hell no. not paying attention much for a used Queensryche CD from 10 years ago. Okay, this song I think has wandered off the track too much.
It's kind of back on track, but it's not a new idea. There's still they should have cut it.
Yeah, if this song had ended after 5 minutes or so, it would have been fine. But this has dragged it. This has worn out its welcome.
It's back in the good zone though, but it's already been done.
Yeah, like you said, it's in the same good zone it was in 6 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was an identity crisis. I think they just were really ready to move on from Level, which some bands do that. Neither good nor bad. Some bands make it work, some don't. But yeah, I think Queensryche was just ready to move on. I mean, you also had a lineup change there with the guitarist leaving, which definitely changed. I felt like the songwriting dynamic in Queensryche. Anybody listening? Yep, that's a good song from Queensryche too.
Yeah, that was a good song. It prattled on. Last song.
I'm not going to give that one the thumbs up. I think that was way too long.
Thumbs up.
If it was half the length, I'd say yes, but at 9 minutes, no. You drug it out too long.
Longing.
Right.
We're ending on a
4-minute Longing.
Michael Kiske track. It looks like it's going to be an acoustic. Nothing like ending with a whimper instead of a bombastic, triumphant salute.
This album has had none of those. Someone asked early on, like they predicted, like there's not going to be any speed on this album, and they were right.
They're correct.
There's been nothing that could be described as fast. Yep.
Ah, the reverb. Is this the 80s? He's such a great fucking singer, though. I mean, so pretty. I mean, that's like, pretty, but he's such a pretty fucking singer.
Imagine how much worse this album could be with a bad vocalist. Someone who couldn't really handle these songs correctly. I mean, there's a thought. The floor on this album could be lower.
Yeah.
if Kiske had left before this album, and they brought in someone random who didn't really have quite the right chops, this could have been much worse.
It is of the purest voice, so clear, and that's why the mix now between him and Darius, is so perfect. And there's time, they link up. The way they link up in the higher ends together, it's great. It really is a good combination.
Fair, Dan. We don't have to imagine that. We can stay away from that.
Imagine how much better it could be with Udo Dirkschneider.
That sounds like something somebody needs to do an AI project for YouTube, and yes, have Udo singing over these songs. Let's get Udo singing over that Crazy Cat song from earlier.
Good God, if Blaze Bayley was singing this.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
It's what we say here in the South when you're trying not to say something mean about somebody, but you really are.
I saw a clip on YouTube the other day of Brian Johnson when he was in Geordie, I think was the band before AC/DC. Yep. He does not sing at all like he sang, and he tried to sound like Bon Scott in AC/DC. In Geordie, he actually had a very cool, unique voice. Clean. Agreed.
Like the dark neo-folk passage of the album or something. I don't think I ever heard the Blaze solo stuff, and I didn't avoid it. I mean, he had an impossible job in making. He just
You know what? This is a decent song. This is the end of your album. Mm-hmm. Go out with a frickin' firecracker in your asshole. don't.
If this had been like the one ballad, yeah, somewhere in the middle of the album to break things up a little bit, it might be passable. But it's what, the third or fourth one we've heard
Yeah.
at this point? And like you said, yeah, this is how the album comes to an end. Did it come to an end? Thank you, Jesus.
Disc 2, ready? No. We're going to get that out of the screen there. Remove. All right. Well, there it is. Encore. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so folks, am I right? There were 3 tracks. Final score was 3-9. I gave 3 thumbs up for. Let's see. Opener first time. Thumbs up. It was the one song on the album that had some energy to it.
Yep. When the Sinner's got energy, it's just the big band swing in it. I like it. I like the chanting vocals in the background. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm giving that a pass too.
It wasn't the worst song on the album, but yeah, that one I'm gotta give that a thumbs down. I Don't Want to Cry No More. Very toothless ballad. I mean,
Crazy Cat, the big band. Oh,
Crazy Cat. Good. You're bottoming out there pretty hard.
Yep.
Giants. Now, Giants got a thumbs up. It's nothing exciting, but it was okay.
Yep. Windmill, not good.
Windmill was not good.
Very weak, frail ballad. Revolution Now, not good.
That was the Led Zeppelin one?
Yeah.
Yeah, too long. Weird, just the lyrics that make no sense. Then there was In the Night.
Don't remember that one.
I'm kind of blanking on that one too. Yeah, it's like post-traumatic, disorder or something. Music
I dig.
was the third one that we gave the thumbs up to, even though it has a lame title. That one was okay. Step Out of Hell was our 80s soundtrack wannabe. I believe the first half of the song was good, but it ran way too long.
You got to give that a pass. You got to give it a pass.
No, I'm giving that the thumbs down. It had potential, but the bridge was unnecessary, and the second half of the song was just the first half all over again. So I can't. It was not. It might be the best of the thumbs down songs, but I'm still going to give it a thumbs down. And then yes, I believe. Well, wait, no, we did. I believe, and then Longing. Longing
is a good song. It just does not belong on the end of your album. It just doesn't.
After having sit through that much tripe, and then hit just another one of these very toothless kind of acoustic-y ballads. You get one. I will give a band one acoustic-y ballad per album, and I may not like the song, but we'll be like, okay. Not going to shit on you too much if that's the one time you went there. This album went there 3 or 4 times. So no, gotta call it there.
But again, if this is your first exposure to Helloween, this is not a good representation of Helloween. The talent, yes. Musicality, they took chances, which I applaud. I applaud them doing something against the grain. I don't know if I would have put all my eggs in this is our new album, this is our new direction, screw you guys, type of mentality that went into the press tour of this. But is it embarrassing? It isn't embarrassing. It just isn't good. And it's just a band that had years of being lost, and they righted the ship. They got rid of Kiska, which, this is a band that's changed their singer. When they got rid of Kai, decided to focus on guitar. They leveled up. Mm-hmm. They level up with Andy Darris? That's the big question. I think it's probably
they got a good vocalist.
They got a great vocalist, and more importantly,
landed on their feet.
A great songwriter. That's the thing. Kiska is a good songwriter, but he writes songs that are not really, that metal, I guess you could say. But anyway, yeah.
But there you go, everybody. I hope you're proud of yourselves in making me endure this.
Yeah, and hey, for those of you that may not have noticed, we do have merch.
I don't know if now's the time to ask them for money, Marty.
Yeah, no. See how great that was? We made you Sex Condor shirts. Our friend Lee over at Heavy Art Talk did the design for this. Turned out very, very good.
That bird is awesome looking.
It is awesome. What do we got here? Oh, what are you? You're collector scum. We got the Napalm Death parody, the Heavy Metallurgy collector scum shirt. Oh, wait, what's this? We got one more here. This is the last round we did. Our friend Mark Riddick donated a design to the channel. Very, very cool. Pestilence Streams Eternal. So yeah, we've got merch. Link in the description. Go check it out.
Simon's wanting to clarify if we have to pay for the merch or do they get it for free for sticking this out?
Your free shirts are coming. They should. They're probably not there yet, but they're on their way, dude. But yeah, we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. It's been a great few years. We've had a lot of good times, a lot of good laughs, and a lot of sharing of information, which is the whole point of this. And you know,
yep.
Alan's been dreading this, but it wasn't as bad as he thought it was.
No. It was fun. It was fun and fair and fine to do. But yeah, I think folks can definitely see why I'm so down on this album. And
Yep.
Tyler, we'll have to see if the Crazy Cat becomes a running meme or not. Some do, some kind of fade away. You know, we had a potential candidate pop up last night for. We'll see if that one comes back around or not. Just saying.
Awful stream tonight, guys. But you stuck around anyway, Tim. Does this one end up in the garbage with a portal?
This is one of those, you know, kind of rubbernecking situations where you know it's going to be bad, but you can't quite look away.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is going to do it for this go around. Marty,
Absolutely.
what kind of do you know what's in the albums? Let's give people something good to look forward to. What are you doing next Wednesday on the Album Club?
Well, first of all, I hope to shoot my review for the new Dark Space album tomorrow. That should be up on Monday.
Okay.
And Wednesday, we are discussing Therion's Hodraken Homegus,
Okay.
Symphony Masses, Hodraken Homegus, the third
Yep.
Therion record.
Interesting one.
And
Next
Kellen and Jim will not be with us, so Melanie Loves Death Metal and Roger Chervik will be joining us on that episode. And then Friday, I thought it was King, but he's the week after. He's the 20. He's like 23rd is his
23rd. Oh, okay. Well, then we will work on the 16th. I really thought it was the 16th, but you might be right.
I think it's the hold on a sec.
We'll get that sorted out.
We'll get that sorted out. You all don't need to see us do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
there have been a lot of good albums released in the past few days. Folks, you know, the new Holder album is out. The new Chapel of Disease album just came out yesterday. So there's some pretty cool heavy metal coming out here early in 2024. Keep an eye out for reviews of that stuff. And yeah, they're bands are starting to want your money. They're putting the merch out there, so keep an eye out for stuff.
Right on. Well, everybody, thank you again for all you do for us and being there for us. It's a lot of fun, and we're glad to share our nights with you as well. So,
Indeed.
Alan, what do you got coming up on Let's Talk Metal on Tuesday?
I believe this Tuesday I am looking at the band Zoetrope and going through their
that's right.
discography. People have been enjoying. I've been doing some videos where kind of doing, like, I guess you'd call them shallow dives, bands that have really short discographies. I've mostly done new wave of British heavy metal bands up to this point, but I got in a Zoetrope mood in January, played a lot of their stuff. So yeah, fun fact for folks that may not know it. Most folks always think of Zoetrope, just with the Amnesty album, maybe the second one. There is a third Zoetrope album, and you're going to get to check it out. It's interesting. So yeah, I'll talk through the Zoetrope catalog on Tuesday, and then I still have United Forces, the book review coming up pretty soon. So I've got a few things, about in the can. There's always a video up on Tuesdays for folks that like to hear me ramble about lots of different metal topics.
And as far as tonight goes, I know Metal Ben has got a stream coming up at 11, I think. I don't know if the Satyr Slay crew is happening or not. So go check those guys out. Always a good time, good hangs, and everybody have a great one. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thanks, Baloney. Glad you're enjoying those. And thank you to everybody for watching. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.